Welcome, and thank you so much for coming to our private client wardrobe selection. For this evening's program, our model will showcase pieces featured in our collections and chosen for you personally. If you see anything you like, just let us know and we will set it aside for you. For the first ensemble, we chose for you a simple white baby tee with a little bit of ribbed texturing in the fabric. The baby tee is fitted, and we've paired it here with a vintage pleated midi skirt. Notice that the midi skirt can be worn at different heights, but here we have it just above the hips so that a little bit of midriff is exposed. Notice the movement of the pleats in the fabric, how it flows easily. Also notice the pairing of the off-white or cream-colored skirt with the bright white of the t-shirt, adding some visual interest. This is a simple but sophisticated, mature look, very appropriate for daytime events. Note that each of these pieces can also be paired with additional pieces. Each of them is quite versatile in its own right, and they both make a lovely addition to any wardrobe. Here we have the same skirt again, but this time paired with a different baby tee in a contrasting color. This t-shirt is also made from a different material, with less texturing, but a lovely soft fabric. Note that when you add the black t-shirt instead of the white t-shirt, this now makes for an elegant evening look, appropriate for events, galleries, exhibitions, and other outings. Next we have for you a very similar vintage midi skirt in pink instead of white, with flecks of white in the fabric. You'll also notice that the pleats of this skirt are slightly tighter so that it flows slightly differently. It's shown here with a similar white baby tee. This does not have any ribbing or texture, but is in fact identical to the previous black baby tee, just in a different color, and not in fact identical to the first baby tee. Notice that the skirt is worn slightly lower on the hips, and hence shows a little bit more midriff and is a bit more of a casual look. Notice the movement of the skirt, and notice again that each of these pieces is beautifully versatile in its own right and can be paired with an array of other items. For example, the white top goes beautifully with jeans, and the pink midi skirt can be worn with a short pink sweater in a slightly different shade for a beautiful feminine look. Our next piece here is a lovely, simple plaid dress with pink, green, and brown tones. Notice that we've paired it with a long sleeve pink shirt in a slightly different color. The two pinks coordinate nicely together, each bringing out the color in the other. Notice the shape of the dress is a fit and flare, that it features spaghetti straps and cinches in at the waist, creating an hourglass silhouette. And finally, we have for you a casual look featuring a pair of blue jeans, vintage collared shirt in plaid in tones of red, light blue, and white, tied at the waist but left open to create a very feminine look. Notice the looser fit of the shirt, and notice the soft, fine material that's lightweight, very appropriate for spring or summer despite the long sleeves. The shirt does have buttons at the cuffs, as well as the classic collar, and it is worn here layered with a high neck, light purple sleeveless top. The purple top, of course, can also be paired with additional items. This concludes our evening showing. If you wish to place an order, you may do so with any of our stylists who are circulating in our lounge area.